Well, you remember when I said it was going to get better?
Well, wait a minute. All right, well, let's break it down. Let's talk this out. Okay.
So we are now 4 for 4 with new characters being introduced in Guild.
Yeah. Okay. It's a pattern here.
This is the first time we get a good look at Kelnaka. Oh wait, he's dead.
By the way, this is a spoiler review. If you didn't know, we are talking about Acolyte, episode 4. This is Father Son Galaxy. I am Kerwin. This is Keith.
Pleasure.
All right. Episode 4 is written by Clark Keichel and Cora Donna, directed by Alex Garcia Lopez. Okay, let's talk about it. All right. So remember in episode 3, it was the backstory of the twins. Okay. Now we're back to present time.
Would have been nice for that to be the first episode, but no.
That doesn't matter. All right. So now we're back present time in Kofar. This is a planet where Kelnaka lives, right? And remember, Kelnaka, there's a target on his back because he was one of the 4 Jedi that appeared on the planet. Forgot the name of the planet already. What's
Brendok.
Brendok. All right. He was one of the Jedi that appeared on the planet Brendok when that tragedy happened. Okay.
I find it kind of strange that most of these Jedi seem to be estranged. Like Kelnaka's living on Kofar, and Torben took the Barash vow, so now he's like a monk who doesn't speak. I don't know what Endara was doing. I guess she was out there living her best life or something.
You raise a good point because they seem to all be separated for some reason.
Soul seems to be a little bit of a wild card at times.
Yeah,
they all seem to be people who aren't exactly the Jedi's favorites, and they all seem to be kind of independently owned and operated, you know?
Okay.
It's like McDonald's. You know how you can like buy a McDonald's and operate it yourself, but it's still under the McDonald's umbrella?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
So once again, one of the things that I mentioned that didn't sit well with me, it's like a thorn in my side, is when you have characters who you bring on the screen and they're brand new characters. You have no idea who they are, what they do, never said anything. And we have no connection with these characters. Well, I feel once again it's happening because Kelnaka is a Wookiee, obviously, who speaks
Shuriwook.
Yeah, he speaks his language, and we need it interpreted. We don't know what he's saying.
I would love to know what this character who's literally on screen for like this one episode has to say.
Right. What is he feeling? What does he think? Does he feel the same way as Master Torben? Did he think that did he think that the Jedi were doing the right thing? We don't know anything about Kelnaka. All right, I just find it very unusual.
Yeah, I'd love to know what these people are thinking. It's like, I guess they're using the fact that Kelnaka speaks Shuriwook and not Galactic Basic as like an excuse to not tell us what he's saying and do less character work. Mm-hmm. But I want to know what he's saying. Like, what he's saying could be valuable information, and we're just not getting it. So.
And again, I think we got excited. We, as in me, I can't speak for anybody else, was excited to see in live action
a
Wookiee Jedi. Yeah.
Like, this is a first
for Kelnaka even hold a lightsaber?
No.
No. Did we even see him ignite a lightsaber?
I don't think.
This is very, very strange.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a show run like this.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
how are you going to skip out on the character work? This is like when Moon Knight skipped the final fight scene. Like,
okay. All right, well, let's start from the beginning. Okay, so Kofar. So Master Soul and the rest of the Jedi know that Kelnaka's in danger, and they head to the planet. Now, first of all, if you know he's in immediate danger, wouldn't it have been faster to just do
why don't you just call him?
Yeah, do a hologram message.
I mean, I guess he's like off the grid, but you could at least try.
Off the grid? When is a Jedi ever? Well, I know Luke was off the grid, apparently, but
which is suspicious.
But he had his reason to be off the grid. He didn't want to be found because he thought the Jedi Order should end What's Kalnaka's reason for being off the grid? We don't know.
Yeah, so you could have at least tried, like, while you were en route, you could message Kalnaka, just text him and say, yo, dude, an assassin's about to show up at your doorstep. Be ready. Or like, somebody's outside your house. Look out. Like, what? You could try, or even better, why don't you park next to his house instead of parking all the way on the other side of the planet and walking? Well, was there no way to park?
Yeah, you're right. They had to, walk by.
Yeah, to walk through the fork. You could have just like asked Jackie to pilot the ship, and you could just jump. I mean, if Captain America did it, I'm sure some Jedi could.
Okay.
Like if Yord and Soul jump, they could like catch each other and break their fall with the Force.
Yeah. Okay. So it seems to me, I know we talked about this in the first 2 episodes. We're trying to figure out, okay, well, who is this person, this Sith, in quote unquote,
Discount Kylo,
that is terrorizing the Jedi?
Yes.
Oh, who is a threat to the Jedi? Let's say.
Long story short,
is apparently May's leader. We don't know, but it seems to me that the Jedi, they had this council meeting. They're convinced that this person, that May, had to be trained by a Jedi.
Yeah. Right. Episode 4, we still don't know who our main villain is.
Yeah, which is fine.
It's not May anymore. Like the most wishy-washy character in the show. All right. We're going to get to Pyro in a minute.
You're jumping ahead. Okay, all right. So let's see. Now, once again, I'm having trouble with the dialogue. The storytelling, the writing is not really on point for me.
Yeah, the dialogue gets a little clunky at times.
Yeah. So I wrote down. Yeah, I wrote down a couple of things that was, I don't know why it was in the script, but okay, okay. So May at this point knows that her sister is alive.
Correct.
Right? Okay, and she's talking to Chimere, right? So the two of them are also looking for Kalnaka.
Yeah, her smuggler.
Because that is her last resort, I guess, to actually take down a Jedi without a weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
where I don't know why you would pick the Wookiee Jedi, the one who has the most natural strength out of all the others.
Well, yeah, absolutely
it's
true.
Like, if I had the choice to take on a Wookiee Jedi or a human Jedi, I'm taking the human Jedi. Because the Wookiee doesn't even need a lightsaber to beat you. Wookiees are strong enough to rip people's arms off. You think that Wookiee couldn't just throw you across the room?
Yeah, so I want to talk about the writing. Okay, so there is a couple of times in this episode, or maybe throughout, since the first 3 episodes, that the characters are being repetitive. All right, that the writing is repetitive because they keep telling us or reminding us that a Jedi, that May needs to defeat a Jedi without a weapon. We know that, but it just seems apparently they keep repeating it, and I don't know why. And then one other thing that May said to Chimere, which is very strange, she says, "I can't believe my sister's Jedi scum." What do you mean you can't believe?
Are you shocked?
Yes,
you've known this for 16 years.
She's told you since she was a little kid that she wanted to become a Jedi. So I don't know why. I just
realized May and Osh are 24.
Okay, 24 years old.
Yeah.
How do you realize that? How did you realize?
Because they were 8 when the fire started, and then 16 years later.
Okay, how do you know they were 8 when the fire started?
Because Osha was 8 when she got took in. They said this.
Okay, all right. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just realized this.
Okay. Yeah. So the writing is a little wonky. There was all right. So then now there's this mission to find Kalnaka, as we said.
So they're on a manhunt. They brought a beaver with them, and the beaver got a good nose. So the beaver's gonna find Kalnaka.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna get to that now. Did you notice how many Jedi they were sending to look for one Wookiee? So
you remember at the start of episode 1 when Vernestra said, "Soul, I can't afford to lose you to a field mission, but take a team with you." They quadrupled the team. I swear there's at least 12 of these people. Like Jedi alone.
Yeah, I counted 8 Jedi. All right. Now, once again, we have these people on the screen that don't have speaking parts, right? Yeah. Although it was interesting.
I'm fine if they don't have speaking parts because they're not really like having an effect on the rest of the show.
But why are they there? That's my point.
Because we need a cool scene of everybody whipping out their lightsabers.
Okay, well, see, that's plot convenience then, right? So that has nothing to do with them being there because there's a purpose. Am I wrong? Well, I'm just trying to.
It appears we've reached an impasse.
No, okay. Well, tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm still trying to understand. Okay, why do we need 8 Jedi to look for one Wookiee?
Yeah.
Why do we need that many? And then the number of Jedi that we see, only 4 of them have speaking lines. Yeah. So what about the other 4? Why should we care about these other 4? Why are they there?
So,
okay. Sorry.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
Why do you need that many Jedi to deal with the assassin?
That's what I just asked.
I mean, 2 of them were absolutely beating up May. It's like just Sol and Yord probably would have been enough to stop May if it weren't for the fact that she pulled out that nasty dirt trick on them.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, I think at this point, what they need to do is just like, I can understand if they wanted to bring like 2 more Jedi for extra backup, but 5 is enough. You don't need 8. I agree with you on that. Like, but since they're here, I suppose it doesn't matter that much if they don't have speaking roles because they're not all that important to the rest of the story. But when these people start becoming main characters, then I'm going to expect some lines out of them, basic character development.
Okay. Again, I don't know. Now I noticed that I wrote down a quote, but I have no idea what the quote means. So maybe if I read it to you, you might remember this. So I wrote down the final lesson. I don't know who said it. I didn't write down who said it, but I have the quote. Maybe it came from the Sith. Yeah. So it's your final lesson is one you teach yourself. You will kill a Jedi without a weapon. Again, saying attacking a defenseless person goes against everything the Jedi stands for. Do you remember who said that line?
No.
Okay. All right. But
I promise the audience isn't this slow. We already know that May is supposed to kill a Jedi without a weapon to become a true acolyte, whatever that means. I have no idea who these people are or what being an acolyte means because they're not explaining it. But they seem to feel the need to repeat the information we already know instead of giving us new information, which would actually help. So, the final lesson is one you teach yourself. That good so far. Mm-hmm. You'll kill a Jedi without a weapon. Mm-hmm. Attacking a defenseless person goes against everything the Jedi stands for.
Well, okay.
So we already know that the Jedi don't attack defenseless people because Indara said that was like one of her first lines. Jedi do not attack the unarmed. We've been known this. What?
Okay, so
this is the same stuff we already know. You already told us this, guys. This is where you come in with some new information.
All right, so so the Jedi have codes that they follow, right? So they don't attack. Can't you use the words attack? They use the Jedi weapon to defend themselves. Yeah.
And they only defend themselves when they're attacked first.
Exactly.
They're pacifists.
So they're not going to go out and attack somebody out of no particular reason.
Yeah. Okay. They don't attack the innocents. Mm-hmm. And they don't attack people who are unarmed because, they can't fight back.
Exactly. So here's what they're saying. Okay, so attacking a defenseless person goes against everything the Jedi stands for. Yes, that's correct. So I guess what they're trying to do is, they're trying to go against what the Jedi code tells you, right? If the Jedi say they are, they're never going to attack anyone who is defenseless, they're going to, the villain is going to do the opposite. He says, well, I don't care. I'm going to attack you whether you have a weapon or not.
Yeah.
Or more than likely, I'm going to attack you even if you don't have a weapon.
Actually, the theory I'd like to bring up, by the way. So, speaking of this thing about, like, the Acolyte killing the Dream and killing Jedi without a weapon, because Jedi won't attack the unarmed, I'm kind of wondering if this Sith Lord might be Darth Tenebris. I'm not sure if he's technically canon.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had this chat a while ago about
Yeah.
who this Sith Acolyte could be. Dollar Store Kylo, could be Tenebris because he would have been born at like a good time around here. He would have been born before the hyperspace disaster at
Please
best.
explain who Tenebris is.
Yes. Okay. So if you've heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, you know that Plagueis was actually the apprentice of Darth Tenebris. So he came before him. He's also a Sith. So the rule of two was created a good 4,000 years or so.
Yes.
I think that was it. I think it was 4,000.
Yeah, BC. Thousands and thousands
BBY.
Of years. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before this, a good couple thousand.
Yes, before this series, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So this rule has been around for quite a while. So maybe what's happening here is this is before Tenebris meets Plagueis, because I'm pretty sure that happens in 135 BUI. I've been doing some research. I can look it up later, but I think that's when that happens. So maybe what he's doing now is recruiting.
Okay, right. Yeah, no. You're right. We had this conversation this past weekend. We talked about it. Tenebris, yes, if it is Tenebris, he would have been alive during this era. But you're right. There's only two. Right, so if Tenebris is the master, what I was going to say is it was not going to be right. So let me stop myself. He could have more than one apprentice, right? Just like Palpatine had more than one apprentice, right? It started with Darth Maul, and then Maul is gone. Then he took on another apprentice, right? So it is possible that if it is Tenebris, he had multiple apprentices. Okay.
He had red force lightning. He was also able to foresee his own death. He had precognitive abilities. So apparently he found his apprentice sometime after 147 BBY.
And we don't have the name.
That is 100 years before the earliest date Tenebris could be born, according to Wikipedia. So that would mean that by now he might be recruiting. This takes place in, I think, 132 BBY.
Okay.
So if this takes place at 132 BBY, maybe he didn't meet Plagueis until a while before.
Okay,
so
well,
maybe like after the Acolyte.
Well, my point is, yeah, I don't think it's going to be anyone from Legends. Whoever is under that mask is somebody that we're going to be meeting for the very first time.
I hope it is, though. Right? Like, wouldn't it be nice if Disney did the research?
Yeah, well,
that's not a shot.
It's not.
I would
necessary.
Genuinely love to see a little bit of Legends adapted into the
sure, we all would like that, but it's not going to happen.
I mean, Tenebris is a little too powerful. I mean, he's precognitive. That raises some issues, but I'm sure we could work around that.
Okay, all right.
But I think it might be a new character. It would be nice to see some other canon adapted in here.
Yeah.
But you're probably right, Dad. It is probably a new person.
Yeah, I think it's so much easier to create a new character than to use a character from, because you really have to be very careful. If you're going to pull a character out of the Legends, it has to be in line with what we already know about the storytelling, right? So if you say Tenebris, okay, well, Star Wars fans, they're going like, Tenebris, was he alive back then? Okay, good. Okay, well, who was his apprentice? Okay, well, they're going to check and recheck everything and make sure that the timeline lines up, like you just did. So why do that? Just avoid all that and just create a brand new character and say, hey, here's this person that's under the mask.
Yeah. So can we cut to Pyro again?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. So May is...
This was very interesting.
May is a character and Chimere is a character. And they're taking a walk in the woods. And then May's like, ah! So Chimere comes running back to go help her. And then he gets strung up in a trap. And May's like, well, you see, my sister being alive changes everything. Which is like...
Even though she tried to kill her sister like 60 years ago.
So now she decides that she doesn't want to kill the Jedi of all times now. And if your sister being alive changed everything, then why did you go to Kofar? What? Did you need to think about this? Yeah. Did you just come to this conclusion? At the very least, you could have taken his ship, taken Kymir's ship and drove to the Jedi Temple, pulled up and said, "Hey guys, so I may have killed those 2 Jedi, but I got some valuable information, and I know where my master's at."
Yeah, this didn't make any sense to me at all. I was just shocked. All of a sudden, I think May just gave up because she knows that this is something that she can't succeed. There's no way that she's going to, like you said in the last episode, there's no way she's going to kill a Wookiee without a weapon.
I guess she quit.
Yeah. So I guess she's taking the point of, okay, well, you know what? This doesn't matter to me anymore. It's no longer important. But she's putting her life on the line, because if she's not doing what her master is asking her to do, then he's going to come after her. Yep. Which, again...
And if he goes after her, it's not going to be pretty.
Right. Which is, in a sense, what happens, because... Now, here's the other thing. Where was this Sith? Because he was able to get to Kanaka faster than the 8 Jedi that were looking for Kalnaka in the first place.
I do wonder how he got there.
Right. And he must have, took an Uber to get to Kanaka's place.
I don't know.
Instead of the Jedi walking to Kanaka's place.
Yeah, which is dumb.
But but you also know what was interesting? No, listen to this. When the Jedi found Kanaka, he was dead. Yep. Do we agree?
Dead on arrival.
And it looks like he was slashed with a lightsaber.
Correct.
Okay. So he's going around telling May, I know, he's going around telling May, you can't defeat a Jedi. You have to defeat a Jedi without a weapon. But he has a weapon. He's always had a weapon. I thought
he was hypocritical when he admitted his weapon, when he said, "An acolyte kills without a weapon."
Yeah.
An acolyte kills the dream.
Why?
Which is a dope line.
Yeah.
But if you're going to say kill without a weapon, why are you bringing out your weapon? And not only that, Dollar Store Kylo is kind of an idiot. Because not only did he kill Kalnaka with a lightsaber, which he isn't supposed to have to become an acolyte, he also used a lightsaber. May does not have a lightsaber. You can search her. You can turn Kalnaka's place upside down. Yeah. She does not have a lightsaber, and she doesn't have access to one. And Kalnaka's lightsaber is tucked safely into his belt. It should still be there, unless the other Jedi took it. But if they took it, you won't find it, which just furthers my point. So that lightsaber was never in May's hands, to my knowledge.
The Acolyte rule, I guess doesn't apply to him. So he can do whatever he wants.
I guess he already transcended, so to him it's like,
so
this is playtime.
He can do whatever he wants. He can carry a weapon if he wants to. He can put it down if he wants to. But as far as an Acolyte, that's the test. You have to kill a Jedi without a weapon. Here's my other question.
Lovely.
Why did he kill Kanaka? I thought he ordered May to do it.
Exactly.
Right. So why did he kill Kanaka?
Yeah, why did he show up, actually?
Why did he show up? Yeah.
That's a question I'd like to ponder. I would love to know why he decided to pop up like right now, of all times, when he already sent somebody to go do his dirty work.
Right.
And he decided, you know what? Anyway. I'm going to go touch grass and go get some fresh air. Like, my goodness. Why? So, he has no reason to be here unless he is Tenebrous. And that's why he knew. Because if he's Tenebrous, that would make sense. Because he has like precognitive abilities. So maybe he knew that May wasn't going to fulfill her mission. And that's why he showed up.
That's interesting. Okay.
I
hope so. That would explain it, but until we know that for sure,
see,
it's not lining up. It's not making sense.
Well, it's something.
It's something.
So
okay. So then that leads us to the climax or the climactic ending to this episode.
Yeah, anticlimactic more so.
Okay.
So
there's a reason why we have 8 Jedi, because the more lightsabers, the better.
Discount Kylo just like throws them all aside. Osha is absolutely actionless in this scene. She just stares at she just stares at his blade a little bit.
Yeah, she's in shock.
And then she like runs or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Now May, I don't think May showed up at that point, right?
No, I think she was still inside.
Oh, that's right. She found Kanaka.
Yeah, she's in Kanaka's home.
Right. So she was in the home. So even she got there before the Jedi. What is going on here?
Well, I mean, she did land before them. But like, I'm pretty sure she landed further away than them.
But it seems like, you know, there was a long trek to get to Kanaka's home, right? These
guys are all
Chimera and May, they're walking. Soul and the team, they're walking. You know.
Yeah, so everybody's like walking,
right?
For reasons
unknown,
and
then Kylo, you know,
discount Kylo
pays for Cap, right?
He says, "Hi there,"
right?
And he rears his ugly head, and discount Kylo just decides to do it himself, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Pulled the Thanos. He whipped out his weapon and he said, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Right. And we see this scene in the trailer where all these lightsabers light up and they run after. Well, they don't really run, but they take a defensive stance.
They take a slight jog, I guess.
Right, and then Sith Man just blows them away, and pushes them back, and then cut to black.
Knew what this fellow is.
Yeah, so that's all I got for episode. I don't know. All right, so I just wanted to remind everyone that we saw these episodes earlier because we were fortunate enough to see these screeners.
Yes,
and
thank
we were
you.
Given the first 4 episodes to see.
So we've had some time to think on it.
Yeah. So forgive us, if we maybe left out some things or forgotten some things. But we did write notes down, and this is what came to mind. I have no idea why I wrote that quote and didn't even know who said it.
That was loud.
Yeah. But okay. But again, we want to hear your comments about episode 4. What do you think? We're halfway there. How's it going?
There.
Yeah. We're living on a prayer. Okay.
We really are. Please help us.
All right. Anything else we want to say?
No, we're living on prayers here.
Okay. All right, we're good. All right, so that's episode 4. So we'll wait until episode 5, and we'll see, and we'll see what happens. Okay?
We'll still be here, guys.
That's all I can say.
We won't go anywhere. We promise.
Yeah. Well, that's it then. We are done. Keith.
We're done.
Where can people find us?
I'm free.
Okay.
You can find us wherever you get your podcast, socials, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at Fatherson Galaxy, website, FatherSonGalaxy.com. Please donate to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Fatherson Galaxy, and check out our merch store, FatherSonGalaxy.mySpreadshop.com. Do that.
All right. That's it. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoy episode 4.
We're free.
All right.
Free.
So, episode 5 coming up. All right.
Oh no.
Until next time, take care, and we will see you again.
I'm hopeful, guys. I'm hopeful.